Peace, Ali. Coming back at you on behalf of SAliMyers.com. Alright, in this video, I want to talk about dealing with loneliness on the path, or being alone on this spiritual path. And I know most of you have heard that this is a very lonely journey. This is a solo path, that there's nobody else that's going to have your experience in this incarnation. But I know it's frustrating once you break out of once you break out of religion or whatever your family is trying to have you go under. Once you break out of that, usually a lot of people deal with loneliness at first. That's one of the first levels. The first thing I want to tell you is that the loneliness is only temporary. I can assure you that there is a group of people, a partner, friends, other spiritual family that is waiting for you to find them, and they're waiting to find you. So if you feel alone right now, this is temporary. Unless you want to be alone forever, you do not have to be alone. But at first, it's going to feel very lonesome, because what you're doing is breaking away a lot of your ties to this physical plane. And when you break away from what is traditional, what your family is expecting, you're going to feel isolated, and you're going to feel like the only person. I made a video called "Are You the Ambassador of Your Family?" where I mentioned that it's usually one person in the family who is into spirituality, metaphysics, and the occult, and they're usually the black sheep of their family. And I tagged those people the ambassador of your family, because you are the one out of your whole family that's alive right now that's really trying to vibrate and on the path of enlightenment. Usually that's not the case for everyone in your family. So when you break away from that, you usually feel isolated, very big, especially at first. So I wanted to tell you that the isolation and the lonesome is temporary. Now, there are some things that you can do while you're waiting to discover your quote-unquote spiritual family. The easiest thing that you can do, and I recommend, and this is obvious, is you want to be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or some sort of social network where there are other people that you can find similar interests with. There are so many Facebook groups. In fact, I have a Facebook group called the Subconscious Community. Shout out to the Subcon. In our community, our quote-unquote group is more like a family environment, and we deal only with spirituality. So we're not dealing with conspiracies. What the government's doing, is the white man the devil, or all the black people superior, or any kind of mundane events. I'm not saying that stuff is not needed, but in our family, in our group, we deal strictly with spirituality. So everything dealing with metaphysics and spirituality is allowed. And I'm proud of that group, because I know in a lot of Facebook groups, if a person has a question, they're not going to get an answer. For the most part, in the Subcon community, when someone has a question, they usually get an answer. So if you're on Facebook, I definitely recommend that you message me and ask to be put into the Subcon community. If you're not my Facebook friend, just find me on Facebook at Sally Myers. Send me a friend request and just message me asking to be added to the group. And it is free. And for the most part, we let everybody in. As long as you follow guidelines, you can stay. Other than that, there's other Facebook groups that you can look up. Just go to your friends list and see what groups they're in and ask to join those groups. More than likely, there's a spot on Facebook for you. And I know that's not in the flesh and physical contact, but it's a step for you not to be alone. Something else you can do if you're looking for in the flesh, building with people in the physical, is look up meetupgroup.com, meetup.com. Meetup.com is a free website where you can find different events that people are putting on. Now, you may have to pay to go to that event, but when I looked at it in the past, they have people that they will have group meetings or just get-togethers or whatever, and you can find people that are specifically dealing with whatever your interests are. So if you're into crystals, then search crystals in your city or state in meetup.com and see if people are getting together talking about crystals. You can literally find interest of a lot of different things on meetup.com. So go there, look around and find a group that you'll be interested in being a part of, and then meet up with them and start your journey that way. Something else you can do is just whatever YouTube channel resonates with you. A lot of YouTube people put where they have the comments open. Like on my channel, I leave the comments open and I leave the ratings open. So if you dislike a video, you can hit dislike or thumbs down. If you want to leave a comment, you can leave a comment. But become active in leaving comments on YouTube. Like me personally, I am naturally introverted and I'm naturally a recluse. I do not go out looking for people. But if I was the type of person where I really wanted to meet a bunch of people, I would be very active on YouTube leaving comments. What you'll notice is there's usually the same people that leave comments, and you can start to build a relationship that way. Once again, this isn't in the physical, but if you're lonely and require some sort of interaction with other humans, then you want to go where people are. People are on YouTube, and the way people get their voice out is they leave comments on YouTube. You can also start to message some people that you follow on YouTube. So if you have a favorite YouTube channel, message that person. Go to their website, contact them. Start to reach out to people and build a relationship with them. If you don't want to reach for somebody that's in a public eye, then like I said, look at the comments that people leave and start to message them. Obviously, you don't want to be spammy or come across weird, but just describe your situation. I'm new to spirituality. I'm new to metaphysics. I feel very lonely and I'm looking for friends. There's no better thing you can do than be honest. So take that same thing and go to Facebook, go to Twitter, or go to any of these social media platforms and just start to reach out to people. Something else you can do is start to put like something together on your own. Say you have, say you live in a house and say you have a spare room, or say you have a house that's very inviting or comfortable, or you're comfortable having people over your house. If you really want to have some physical contact, and this is, you have to do your due diligence, obviously. I'm not going to go into the safety aspect, but if you're like in a dire need, like I need some physical contact, well, you be the person that sets something up. Put something on Craigslist, put something on Meetup, put something on Facebook, and say that you're hosting get-togethers for people that are interested in whatever your interest may be. And what you'll notice is people will contact you. Now you're going to have you got to have some sort of screening process, so you just don't have anyone in your home, but you can also rent out a banquet hall, rent out a room at a hotel, and start to have your meetings that way. If you have a local library, usually the public library will let you rent out a room for free. So set up your meetups where you can do it at the library. But be the host that sets up something, invites other people, and start to build your network or your spiritual family that way. When you put yourself out there, the universe has a very beautiful thing it does where it matches people up with what they need and what they want. So if you're that person that you feel like you need that support, you need people around you, then set up being a host and invite people to come join you wherever that may be. So these are a lot of techniques, or a few techniques, things that you can do. And I wanted to stick strictly with, I know for sure these things work. So if you're in a position where you want to feel some sort of contact with other people, you feel alone, I definitely suggest you try this out. And like I said, if you're on Facebook and want to be in a subconscious community, just hit me a message and I'll put you in there. So this has been Ali. If you want to find out more information about myself and what we do, be sure to visit my website, salimyers.com. If you're new to spirituality, or if you need some sort of system, some sort of support, accountability, guidance, look at the Master Student Program, which can also be found at salimyers.com. Click on events and you can get started that way. So until next time, this has been Ali.